In the small coastal town of Clearwater, life had been dictated by the rhythmic patterns of rain and sunshine. The townsfolk, primarily fishermen and small-scale farmers, lived in harmony with these cycles, their lives interwoven with the ocean's tides and the sky's temperaments. But things had started to change. The rains had stopped. Rory, a young marine biologist, had noticed the shift during her routine data collections. The stark decrease in rainfall over the past year was alarming, a trend she traced with growing apprehension. Nestled in her small research station by the cliffside, charts and graphs painted a worrying picture, not just for Clearwater, but for coastal places everywhere. The town's council, a mix of old seafarers and young innovators like Rory, convened urgently upon her findings. Clearwater was facing an acute freshwater shortage, and the repercussions jarred every aspect of daily life. Crops wilted, fish catches dwindled, and the townsfolk's spirits sunk low. But despair turned to action, and it was the collective sense of community that drove Clearwater towards solutions. Rory, through her research, introduced the concept of rainwater harvesting, an age-old method renewed for their dire needs. She managed to inspire Ted, a retired engineer, who found himself reinvigorated by the challenge. Together, they designed a simple yet effective rainwater collection system using recycled materials. Educational workshops led by Rory and Ted sprang up throughout Clearwater as rooftops transformed into catchment areas. Children and adults alike learned to build and maintain their own water collection units, fostering a community of resilience and innovation. Meanwhile, Sylvia, a local farmer, spearheaded a movement to adopt drought-resistant crops and sustainable agricultural practices. She partnered with Rory to analyze soil samples and optimize water usage, sharing her findings in community meetups that gradually turned into lively forums for exchanging knowledge. Emboldened by their success, the people of Clearwater didn't stop at mere adaptation. The external pressure of a changing climate called for internal reflection on their own contributions to this global crisis. The catalyst was Molly, a spirited teenager whose school project on carbon footprints sparked a larger conversation about sustainable living. Awareness led to action. The town's lone bus was replaced by an electric model, a donation from a neighboring city inspired by Clearwater's proactive stance. Local businesses, from the bakery to the bait shop, pledged to reduce waste and implement greener practices. The town's shift was palpable, each small change part of a collective swell, altering Clearwater's impact on the earth. As seasons morphed unpredictably, Clearwater stood resilient. The very ocean that had fueled their ancestors' journeys now bore witness to their tenacity. Fishing boats were adorned with solar panels, their silhouettes against the horizon, a testament to harmonious innovation. Years later, Rory, now leading a regional climate resilience forum, reflected on the journey. The rains had eventually returned, not as consistent as yore, but enough to stir the revived greenery on the hillsides. Clearwater's transformation had been echoed in communities far and wide, each adaptation a ripple stemming from one small, determined town. When Rory discussed Clearwater at conferences, she emphasized the power of community and the vital role of local knowledge in battling global challenges. Her message was clear: adaptation begins at home, but its reverberations can change the world. Clearwater was not just surviving, it was thriving, a beacon of hope amidst the turbulence of climate change. And as each day passed, the people of Clearwater faced their future not with fear, but with the fortitude of those who know they have the power to make a difference. In the end, the story of Clearwater was a story of people seeing beyond the crisis to glimpse their role in sculpting a sustainable world.